everyone, as we are back in the MEX FEI Grand Fest Season 1, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight we're going to have an interesting match between Team Reject and your favorite and one of the oldest DOG team, IGN. So this is going to be another one heck of a match, and this is the Switch stage. And as you know, the name itself, Grand Fest, it means it is a gaming festival, or we can even say an esport festival where multiple games are being played. Tonight we're going to have Mobile Legends 5v5 category tournament for this stream particularly, but in the other night we might have those other games. And just in case we are curious to know what is the prize pool of this tournament, it is going to be a solid 2 lakhs prize pool tournament, followed by a LAN tournament, a LAN event for the top 8 teams. So in this 16A we are going to have a team that qualifies up to 4, and in the 16B we are going to have a total of 4 teams again, which makes it a total of 8 teams. So if some of us are confused regarding what is the 16A and what is the 16B, make sure you check out for more information in the Instagram account that is the Zawi Esport Association. And yeah, we are going to save the other stuff as we are going straight into the game. But before that, tonight guys, in this Switch stage particularly, we have an amazing HTZ and Shinryu already. What about hearing some beauty, isn't it, for tonight? Tonight we are going to have one of the most special night, as I am going to present to you the most angelic voice that we have in this competitive scene from the caster of Mizoram, or shall we say in the entire India, actually is from the entire India. She will give her proper introduction, but before that guys, don't fall for her voice, because she is going to give you one heck of an interesting casting skills. I present to you all Miss Sarah.
Hello everyone and good evening. It is a great opportunity to be here tonight. Thank you, Malsom, for that beautiful introduction. I'm really honored. And once again tonight, ladies and gentlemen, this will be me, Sarah, alongside Malsom, carrying tonight's games in the Swiss stage to see who gains a point and moves on towards securing the top 4, like he mentioned. And obviously, we are already here into the match between Reject and IGN. And as per the draft, we can see some very meta heroes banned.
Talking about the meta here, look at here, there's a lot of respect then coming from someone particularly, but right now we are seeing a Kalia ban, Uranus, the first, I mean, just imagine how much respect is coming from the side of IGN that Uranus is being first banned right away the moment the game starts, and followed up by the 1-1. And for the side of IGN, I think they did a little bit of study as well. According to their research, we have seen a Baxia being banned out, and also follow up by the Florin, which I am a little bit surprised to see a Florin ban in a competitive scenario. And here comes the Lancelot ban, and I'm not sure if IGN are purposefully giving the Yi Senshin away, or is this going to be another tactic in which you will give away the Yi Senshin and then you start making a trap for the Yi Senshin so that Yi Senshin can be completely useless the entire game. But it is between a good and a good teams that we are going to face right now. Both team has a total of 4 matches in this tournament so far, by bypassing all those 256 teams. This is such a huge thing for the team already. And also I would like to add that IGN are already in the Mythic leaderboard, proving themselves that they are one of the best team and also one of the oldest, or I think I am confident enough to say that IGN are the oldest team that we have in India. Let's see, all this gold or the new team Reject are there to slay the upper bracket team.
Exactly so. Like IGN, they have been in the scene for so very long, and they have probably the most experience out of any other team in the community right now. And obviously, Team Reject has also been performing so well to be one of the special underdog teams to make it up to the top 32 stage of this grand tournament. And so that is really respectful of them to be up here facing IGN tonight. They have locked in on the CC on towards the EXP, one of the very dominable forces on that lane. almost wins against majority of the EXP lane heroes, but to counter that right away, IGN decides to pick up on the Fredrin in the jungle and Arlott to counter that CC on towards the EXP. That is a very smart move actually, and Team Reject here should actually decide to deny a healer for that Fredrin, and they also decide to lock in on the Jukshin, which is a very good pick against tanky and fighter junglers like Fredrin. So obviously here they are standing head to head in the draft for now, and their third pick is going to define a lot of what they will be able to do in this match, and they decide to lock in on the Granger. It is a little risky since he was nerfed a lot and a lot of counters are still open, and Aaron answers that with the Moskov pick right there. So the late game for IGN is secured right away.
Late game insurance, we can even say that Moskov is being picked out here. We can also witness that Team Reject decided to go for the early Yujin pick, which is going to help them a little bit to make sure that Frejin's super extension is cut off a little bit for time to time, but they have to keep an eye on this curl, especially with the final slash, because just look at this first 3 hero here. They might have some kind of a dash, but their dash area, the area that they might cover up, won't be that long to escape for the final slash, and somehow if they even manage to do it, someone might be there. So I think that is the kind of IGN setup that they would like to do, that they always do and that always work. Let's see if IGN would make it work again for Team Reject particularly. And for the side of Reject, I am a little bit skeptical, or should I say want to start a debate actually, like Granger to be picked against a Frejin and Arlott, and on top of that there are lots of ways that a Granger can be countered. Actually, if IGN wants, they can even pick the Irritel, isn't it, Sarah? So what do you think about the marksman particularly? What if Aaron doesn't pick this Moskov? Irritel would surely come out, isn't it? And also against this true hero. And by the way, before Sarah tells her opinion, just in case you don't know, Sarah is one of the best player that we have for the girls team, and also she joined one squad. Please tell us more about the details. Many of us would like to know the squad that you joined and what role do you play.
Oh, I have joined Yama Celestial Esports. It's under God of Death, and it's actually made up of my old team itself, Underdog's Rise, and there's a new addition to the EXP lane, which is Sayu. I main gold, but I have been playing mid lane for this team for some time now.
Oh, that is quite interesting, right? So we even got players with Miso, guys. I feel so small. What if we just hand the entire thing to Sarah? So I just do the silent work, we give her the analysis work, the casting work, isn't it? So Sarah, see, that is what I'm asking. As a player, I think you would even notice lots of things here. And also what I noticed about Sarah is that she did everything everyone dream of. They used to organize DefX Sarah tournament, used to be there when the Vista firstly introduced, then follow up with being a player, then now being the best caster, or maybe one of the best, we can even say. Right now you have achieved lots of things, so that is why Sarah is really special here. But my main question is that what do you think about this Granger being picked against Frejin and Arlott right away in the first 3 pick?
It is actually, in my personal opinion, a very risky pick, especially because he has a very short dash and his escape skills aren't that good unless he has a lot of stacks and energy to spam his Death Sonata and the Rhapsody, and that is difficult as a Granger player to gather in the first 8 minutes. So obviously IGN is having the upper hand here without much of a front line. That too, the only proper front line here, as we can see from the draft, it is going to be the Carmilla, and so Granger will have to play really safe until the CC scales enough to tank in all the damage coming in from Witch and Carl and Chosen as well. Since he is going in for the Hilda, possibly he would be looking for those constant invades and lane pressure on the Fanny and the Granger. So here, that Granger specifically is in a lot of risk. And he is in fact the main DPS coming in from the side of Team Reject. So even that is a major issue. Since most of them are just poke type of heroes, including the CC and the Juxin, and the Fanny, she just has one burst with her ultimate. So if they don't scale properly in the early game itself, it is going to be very hard for Team Rejects here.
That's a lot of insight that we have been thirst for, and thank you so much for the clarification. And yeah, the only way that we could tell it out, share it out, is that Granger might not be the best pick. Then we get all the clarification, and that is why she's Sarah for a reason, guys. Actually, she's a hype casting, but actually, if she stays in the analysis role, I guess I wouldn't get my spot tonight itself. Thank you, Sarah, for not taking the analysis spot, but yeah, thank you for taking the hype casting slot. Alright, then yeah, that's all for the drafting stage. Particularly, just in case you get lost track about us, everything would be displayed on the screen only regarding the team names, even us ourselves. And yeah, the tournament that you are watching right now is the Mizo Esport Association X Federation Esport Association of India Mobile Legends 5v5 tournament, and this is not just a game for one particularly. This is a grand fest where multiple games are going to be played. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the land of dawn, as this is day number 21. At the blue side we have Team Reject, and at the red side it is Team IG, and this is going to be one heck of a match. And according to the draft, I am a little bit sided on the Adrian draft, since it is more of those bursty, bulky, and especially with Zeus and this Hilda, the non-stop invasion might come soon, but let's see how the game carries on.
Exactly so, and as the game has begun, we can see the pressure which Josen is able to provide with just standing there in front of the Carmilla and the Fanny, just trying to distract them, while Respect goes in and tries to steal away some of Fanny's farm. And even on towards the mid lane, Juxin should have been able to freeze that lane. She has the early advantage. She can just keep poking Kimmy and force him to recall. But instead, it is who got the upper hand in towards clearing the lane. So obviously that is going to be very advantageous for IGN here. And look at that, Ezra was already forced to flicker out just because of how much poke is coming in from Witch and Josen. And even Josen's positioning is so immaculate right now, providing so much vision for the rest of his team.
Yep, they are not in a rush here. Edric wants to make a little bit of a plays, but right now Witch was in the right position. In short, both teams are making those play, the kind of things that we might not notice actually in this for the perspective. Particularly, they are making those small moves. Those small moves are going to make a big impact here right now. Edric wants to land it. Shall we see it? It's a first blood coming from the side of Team Reject already. That was fast. And imagine Zozen. It is Zozen Hilda, and she stay inside the bush, getting the first blood here. But look at here, we might see another team fight.
Oh, we can see Respect trying to go in along with the appraisals, rather than even instantly secure a kill. And even on towards the bot side, Arlott is in a bit of a danger, but he will safely back off with the flicker. The turtle here should be easily taken. Oh, Respect, but no, Eldrick steals it away. He steals it away with a retribution, just goes in and comes out with the turtle buff for the favor of his teams, instantly securing a goal lead.
Edric just make Fanny looks easy here. And yes, as already mentioned here, the blue team Reject are the kind of team that we can call them the underdogs, like the team that are newly formed as well. But right now, the way they are playing, it's more like they have been practicing for a lot of time, not just for a lot of time, like for a really long duration, maybe a month or maybe a year. They are doing a great job, and they are keeping up to Team IGN, and that is such a big lead for the early phase of the game. But let's see, this team fight might change the scenario.
Exactly, and look at Ezra already forced out to ult once more, and even Carmilla get the Curse of Blood onto two people. Respect will be low here, he's trying to escape. Carl goes in with the slash, but Respect will get knocked back, and even Granger is in danger here due to Kimmy's ultimate, but both the teams manage to safely escape with no casualties on board. But there goes Eldrick, is trying to go in, Witch trying to escape as much as possible, but Eldrick is doing so much damage, and there comes the stun from Carmilla. And Eldrick will finally be able to secure the kill onto Witch right away. He's going in for more. He finds Carl, but on the off cam, Chosen will finally manage to secure one kill onto that Granger.
Oh my gosh, this game is literally going out of hand here. At the beginning of the drafting stage, we were talking about the Granger. He might not do it so well, and yes, somehow he would actually struggle against the two hero. Of course, that's how he got the isolation, his solo kill. But right now, as we can see, I'm not a solo kill, sorry for that part. Not a solo kill, like he was not doing so well, but maybe the reasons that Edric is there, his Fanny, just so smooth here. But look at here, Blood Curse being linked.
Oh, the Curse of Blood does come in onto 2, and Ralte will be able to take the escape from that situation, but Respect is getting poked out too much. His retribution is gone. This should be a pretty easy turtle for Team Reject should they decide to actually contest it, but Edric doesn't have the blue yet. They are still fighting though, Carl trying to look for a possible engage, but no one really trying to go and brawl it out with each other right now, because Team Reject, they have the retribution in their hands and Respect doesn't. So obviously Edric will be securing that turtle very easily, but here the pressure is still on though. Respect is still getting marked in, and there comes the Appraisal Threat along with the Cutthroat, and Scarlet XD will be able to secure the kill onto Respect. They are trying to reach Rich, but he is just too far away with those slowdowns. Aaron tries to sneak out the turret on towards the top lane, will be successful at that, but he is caught in the middle of 4 people. Can he escape this? He cannot. He flickers it out. Will he be able to escape? He actually manages to do it. He manages to escape from 4 people. That is something miraculous right now for IGN. Some hope for them to actually come back on towards the late, since their main carry usually is always Aaron.
Someone was saying that not just Aaron the creator, Aaron the god here. Oh, but are we going to see another clash already?
Oh, we can, and there goes a little bit of a clash right there on towards the river area, but thankfully there are no casualties so far, and things are looking pretty good for both the teams, except for IGN just lacking behind by 2k gold, but that should be easily recoverable. For the items though, Team IGN definitely stacking up on those Dreadnought armors, very necessary for them to actually survive against Edric's Fanny, who has been playing so well so far, usually securing those kills and even the objectives. But look at that, look at Suku trying to fight Chosen in the middle of it, and we can see the fight going in. Everyone is charging on Aaron, and they will find the kill so easily. The Curse of Blood does get used up, but it was so worth it. They find the goal laner of Team IGN right away.
So for the side of Reject, they are doing a better rotation, I should say here, because it is already since almost 7 marks of the game here, 7-minute marks of the game, 6 minutes being played done, successful. Edric doing most of the things that he could do for now. He doesn't rely on that blue buff anymore, he rely lots on the split push, but wait, action is being started already.
Oh, Suku going in for more, and he will be taken down right away though. The Spear of Destruction connects onto Team Reject, and they are looking for more. But look at the Dukshin trying to catch the Moscow, while Granger, too far ahead out of his team, will get marched down by IGN finally. That lack of range really did cost a lot, and there comes the Curse of Blood once more onto 2 of them. Jojen will go down taken out by Ralte, but IGN here with a little bit of a comeback will find Ezra on the backlines. They are slowly gaining their ground once more.
Not only the fight is being won by IGN, finally they secure the turtle, turning the game slowly back into their side, and bot lane we have Suku and Aaron exchanging damage. Suku might have a little bit advantage over Moskov since he got the vengeance, but for now it is just the mid stage of the game here. Lots of changes can be made, and talking about changes, yes, IGN just recovered from their 2k gold friend loss, and right now they might be the one who is literally controlling the game, as Respect here, they get enough item, just checking out from the item here itself, and also Aaron is going for the Thunderbolt straight away, which is going to help them stack a lot, and for the late game insurance it would help a lot. They are going straight to Suku. Appraisal Red does land it.
Oh, but doesn't really get the kill. Curse of Blood onto two people, and they will have to pay. Respect and Chosen get taken down just like that while they were trying to take down Suko instead. A ton of events not so good for the side of IGN because they need to give Aaron the space he needs to actually deal damage, and he isn't getting that right now. Same goes for Granger, but unfortunately both the goal laners are the main key to victory at this point.
And talking about the main key of victory here comes the final slash.
Okay, we can see the engage onto Ezra, and look at Carl trying to go in, has to flicker out if he wants to survive, and there is the CC just annoying them on the back lines. Will manage to escape, getting half his HP chunk down. Carl XD needs to watch his positioning here. He is going into some very risky pushes, but for now, both the teams, no casualties, just a little bit of mere 500 gold difference, Malsom.
And just few golds, it wouldn't matter much, but the lane they have to be a little bit careful. Aaron, anything can happen, and so is Edric here. They're changing bows here. Spear of Misery is a 1v1 situation happening right now. Aaron, are you doing this? Aaron, are you doing this against Fanny? We're waiting for the SOD. SOD is still valid, but Edric with a quick reaction and a flicker. That's Aaron the creator, Aaron the god himself here. We are going to see another scenario happening in the mid lane.
Yep, we can see the members of Team Reject eventually losing their HP, and Aaron is going to be the one doing it for his team. Aaron, the creator, is creating miracles right here. He is getting those kills. He outplayed a Fanny in a 1v1, a fed Fanny, I would say it at that. And obviously Team IGN is so back in this match, and the damage output of the Moskov right now, he has the Trinity, he has the items he needs, and he is just dashing it around and just dealing the damage his team so desperately needed so far.
That's the thing that they need. The early to the mid stage, they need the kind of hero that can sustain out. But Edric there in 4-man, we're in 3-man, we're literally in front of them. And then he still find ways to kill Witch. I mean, that is Witch Kimi is in it here. Final slash lands straight into the Natalia. Suku wants to dive in. The Curtain Call does land it. But do you think this would be a great fight?
This does look good for Team Reject, and even Edric will find Moskov near the red buff on towards the bottom lane, while Team Reject here is chasing on down Chosen and Respect. They have a lot of damage right now. The Jukjin has the item she needs, and they will find Respect in the back lines, all of it. 4 members, 5 members, in fact, along with Witch, who just resurrected, have been taken down by Reject right here. They have more of the damage right now. Can they really turn this match into a victory and a point for themselves, taking down the giants like IGN?
IGN, they just beat literally everyone recently in many tournaments there. Let's not forget that this is going to be just a best of 1 series right now, and who wins are going to get the 2-0 point. And Aaron the creator is always creating ways in which they could literally turn game back into their favor. But keep in mind, we already stated it clearly that
okay, we can see Edric with a killing spree on the Witch right away, and he has to back off now. That was a beautiful kill, just going in the middle of 3 people, even when the Moskov had his stun from the second skill and actually finding Witch in the middle of it. This man is carrying his team so hard right now, and the rest of them are backing him up just as well. Even though the Granger isn't working out so much, Malson, I think Team Reject has got it. And look at that, look at their engage out of Respect. The final slash comes in along with the Appraisal's Wrath, but Granger will be able to take down Respect right away. The damage is hitting them though, but Aaron onto the backside will find Granger, and now they're looking for more. They're looking for the CC, and they will find it right away with a double kill. Carmilla, the lone survivor, he cancelled his recall. The base is wide open. One very healthy minion for the side of IGN. Is this it? Is this going to be over right here and now? Final slash to distract them, but the Carmilla will fall down once again. Tried to stun the Moskov, but no, Moskov is like, this is my base, ladies and gentlemen. This is IGN for you.
Victory!
oh my gosh, IGN. I should say that Aaron is really creating that game, and as already mentioned in the very first 3 pick, there are lots of chances they could change things around. Skrull, he's a really good player, he's a good marksman, But why? Out of all those possibilities, picking the Granger, there is the Fredrin, there is the Arlott, and maybe somehow they might even still pick some kind of really chunky heroes in the roaming side. And that's what they did, Zauzen with the Hilda. And it's more of outdrafting themselves. Actually, IGN, we are not outdrafting them. It is themselves. The only problem that is stopping Team Reject from stopping that IGN was themselves and giving Aaron, the creator, the space to create those W. And what a match, what a game coming from both sides. Now that I have high hopes on the side of Team Reject, I hope they can recover real nice in the losing bracket. And also Team IGN, they are the very first team who would off to the up bracket or the winner bracket, that is the 2-0 points. If they win one more match against whoever is coming up next, then we can say that IGN or whoever will be the first team to qualify for the LAN. And just in case you do not know some of us, let me add a little bit of an addition, that is any team that wins 3 matches straight right away, 3-0, they are going to the LAN event. So that would be a total of 2 teams. And also, in addition to a team that accidentally lost one time, they can recover themselves from the lower bracket in the switch stage format as well. That is in the losing point of 0-1. So they need to make really good use of that one. And in the end, there's going to be 3-1 pool points. So you need to make your recovery from there, and there's going to be BO2, a winning point system. And yeah, if you want to get more details and more insight regarding that one, as already mentioned, don't forget to check out all the updates in the Mizawa Esports Association Instagram page. And with that being said, that is all for match number 1. You want to hear the beautiful Sarah, angelic voice, and more of those hype moments, isn't it? And also not forgetting all the interesting match that is coming right up. So we are not going to say any of the matches. Last night we did, it was good, but we are going to show it in the screen. Make sure you check them out and also mark the points where you might come or might even like to share it out, isn't it? Also, guys, last but not the least, please leave a like in this stream so that it can help us support and maybe even hit the algorithm. In short, we'll be right back. Hello everyone, we are back in the land of dawn in MEA x FEAI Grand Fest Mobile Legends 5v5 category Sweet Stage Day number 21. Match number 1 was
Tail's been
really
itching for a
interesting.
real
We have
nice
Team we have Team IGN going up against Team Reject, who are the underdog. At the early phase of the game, it was all about Team Reject, and from the mid stage onwards, we have those two teams making an interesting game where it is really hard to decide which teams is going to win or which team is even dominating. But in the end, it is again your favorite, one of your favorite, or one of the best gold laner we have in India, Aaron the Creator, changing the game, painting his way to create the victory. The W for IGN is more of a single carry. In short, everyone did their part, but most of the highlight, the spotlight goes to the Aaron, particularly because it is just a best of one series where we can't witness much things. That is why from the next stage onward, that is round 3, we are going to have a best of 3 series in this Swiss stage particularly. So most of us would still be hunger for more match. We know that most of the match end around 10 PM. Don't worry, we are going to extend all those matches as upcoming matches. We are going to have a best of 3 series, and that is once we complete this 1-point pool. Talking about the 1-point pool, that is when there is 1 win and 1 loss. Voila, all these things as already mentioned. If you want to know more details, you check out the Instagram page. And yes guys, the reason why we have repeatedly said the Instagram page again and again tonight is that there is something really interesting coming soon that we would suddenly surprise each and every one of us. So especially to all those people who used to watch the live stream, I want each and every one of you guys to be a little bit advanced rather than someone who doesn't watch but still win something, isn't it? Oh, I spill some beans. That is about winning, yes. And yeah guys, in this match number 2, we are going to have a really interesting match that is only Familia who put TK by in the lower bracket, which proved themselves as they are a really good team. And also at the red team, we are going to have Lakshmi Chitfan. We can call them the best team right now in India. The reason they are the best team is that they not just win an online tournament, the most recent LAN tournament happening in India, not just in Mizoram, in the entire India, they win that as well. So the best team in India versus the underdog that used to slay the top tier team. Let's see how the match prolong. And yes guys, I know most of you guys might be tired of hearing Malsom again and again. So tonight I present to you our angelic voice, one of the best player when it comes to the female team, and also one of the very first caster we even have in India after Vista introduced themselves in India. I present to you Miss Sarah.
Payback.
Thank you once again, Malsom, and good evening once more, ladies and gentlemen. We are back into game number 2 tonight in the Swiss stage where Team Only Familia already have a point and LCF will be looking to get that one today. LCF, one of the top teams of India, like Malsom already mentioned, will be going against one of these underdogs. They are well-known names though on towards the Bengal server for players like us, so obviously we are curious tonight to see what Team Only Familia can look to do against the top team like LCF. Both the teams have a very strong bans right now and they instantly decide to lock in on the CC EXP. CC is one of those pick or ban heroes these days in the draft, and obviously LCF is going to be answering that with the Lancelot locked in for the jungle and the Eve in the mid lane. Eve recently with that buff which gives her the shield from her first skill and second skill whenever it hits an enemy. A very strong pick, especially against these kind of tanky heroes like the Garut Kacha which just got picked up.
Lots of insight coming out again here. And talking about the banning section here, actually in the previous game also I was expecting to see the Kadita, which we do not see. And right now, yes, it's Abi. I don't know Abi, I only know Asuna. So guys, let's not talk about LCF mid laner. This is the guy that I do not know, but I know Asuna. Let me just repeat it one more time. And yes, from the side of Only Familia, the first 3 pick is really interesting for me particularly, even though the Lancelot is being picked away already here. Gato is still being picked. Even the CC is picked here. I am not sure how the side of Only Familia is going to set up for this one particularly, because if Lancelot keep on starting up the dashes, how will they stop him? Gato does have the taunt. Is it Kale already preparing himself so well that he can even stop a Lancelot from dashing in? The Rose Thorn is there to be immune all those upcoming taunt or anything that is
I've been
upcoming,
waiting
like the
for too
projectile
long.
itself, and also Phantom Execution. Nothing can stop, and it can bypass many CC as well. So that is something that is question me a lot, like to see a Gato once a Lancelot is being picked here. And for this CC particularly,
They call me a hero.
I should
because I
say that
saved my
CC is
nation
really
from
good, as
falling
well as
apart.
she counters the majority of the EXP lane, which was said by our Miss Sarah as well in the match number 1. Those inside, that kind of details that she is giving out is something that is new to me as well, and I really like that. And yes, for the side of LCF, they even pick out this carry, which questions me again, but after a deep thought, I know that Sarah might like to argue with me, like she can melt down the frontline heroes, even Harried before the Zaman Force dash, Chrono dash around is completed. She can do all these things, but Carry being pick out this early, is it too early?
I
How
am
is
not the
LCF
only
going to
one
set up their
bound
last
by
two
these
bans,
chains.
their last two pick? Lots of questions arise around here, but for now, let's see. Lancelot is being picked already. Yi Sanxing being picked out. What is the only way for Only Familia to compete with this lineup for the jungle side, Miss Sarah?
You are actually right about the carry getting picked up so early. Like,
See
yes,
value
she
in me?
is good. She does counter
You
the
should.
tankiness coming from CC and Garut Kacha, but they can also pick up on the blade armor, both of them, and that would be really difficult. And the fact that Team Only Familia will have 3 damage dealers will make it even harder for the carry to actually position well on the map and dish out the damage which she needs to dish. But then again, we all know it's Dada for us, right? And he can really pull up a lot, which he has been doing for his team so far in all the tournaments. But along with that, we can see the Harathon towards the gold coming from Only Familia. So that is a good pick as well, because the early game, the Harith will definitely be winning out because of that constant poke, and Kerry still needs at least 2 items to be more useful. And so, Only Familiar should definitely ban out on an Arlot possibly, but no, they decide to go in for the Hylos and Phobius ban, while LCF decide to ban out the Yisun Shin and the Fredrin. Good bans coming in by both the teams. On towards EXP, it should be a very easy Arlot pick coming in for Anti right here. While Team Only Familia can go in for something like a Farsa or even a Zatian and try to zone away the damage dealers as much as possible.
Actually, from the side of LCF, yes, Arlot might be really good, but the hero that pops into my head, you might not agree it so well, but which work is the Lapu Lapu. Just check out the lineup, how Lapu Lapu would be effective, but okay, nothing, I'm out of here. Arlot is being picked away, but still it's Rudius picking the Arlot. I think I'm alright, I can still stay. Like, Arlot, LCF are the only team that are playing the Arlot in the Rome right now. Maybe Rudius might like to playtest the Rome side here. I hope you do it, because I don't want to look so wrong here. And for Mr. NT particularly, yes, Arlot can still be a flexible pick for him to use it. And for the last pick, maybe some kind of hero that can even heal up might be useful. And talking back to the game here, we are going to the last 2 pick of the the picking section. For the side of Team Only Family here, they are going to go up against a Lancelot. Lots of hero are being banned out. Joy, quite possible here, but the players decided to pause their draft. Maybe they got some issue like, I don't know, maybe some kind of overheating. The players are allowed to call for the pause, but however, for the restart particularly, just in case we do not know and if anything happens, okay guys, just in case we don't know, every rules and regulation is even posted in the Instagram here. I'm not accusing anyone of trying to do things wrongly, but just in case anything happens. So regarding the restart, they are allowed to restart the game during the drafting stage only, that is before the picking phase begin. So right now we are on the last stage to, you know, picking section. So let's see how it goes around here. And yeah, the game is going to resume. I guess the players are back in action, so let's keep on rolling and talking back to the dash section here. We are going to have 2 hero with a really good mobile and even Tony X Nika with the Kagura. This is 2 hero with a really good mobility, and on top of that, NT brings out his Esmeralda. Come on, and is bringing out his Esmeralda. I guess this is something really special for the side of LCF, because I heard someone saying that NT is, you know, like head over heels for the Esmeralda. I don't think NT would allow his hero to be in the best spot, even though CC can play around with it. I don't know, it depends on the user, but let's see how the game carry on. And yes guys, in case you do not know, this tournament is the Mizzou Esport Association and the Federation Esport Association of India doing their collaboration and hosting this big tournament again here. This is a LAN tournament, of course, but not just for one game particularly. It would be not just one game. Yes, it is going to be an esport festival where games such as BGMI, the football game FC for both mobile and PC, and we're going to have Dota 2, and last but not the least, we are going to have an chess for both the PC, chess for both online and for the LAN event, the board game. And yes guys, we are hungry for that one, isn't it? Sarah, would you mind giving us a really good introduction for me personally, and yes, for all the viewers who are supporting us and yes, supporting their favorite team?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are here into the land of dawn. Game number 2 for tonight, and we can already see the teams just skirmishing around each other, trying to deal damage, because both the teams here need to look for a point, need to look for those very valuable wins which will take them to the top 4 of the Swiss bracket and get them an edge to getting into the top 8 and securing their position to go towards the LAN. Team LCF here definitely looking stronger with the draft, but there is nothing saying, because only Familia is also a very good team, and they might definitely be looking to get those points in their favor as well. So obviously we are excited, you are excited, and we are all waiting to see what comes of this match, because right now it's just 2 minutes, and by the time it's 3, anything could happen.
Anything could happen here. So the early phase, it is all about pressuring the EXP lane, and right now, right, he was literally forcing NT back, and right now NT is back with a really good solid HP there, fully recovered here, and that's how they are adjusting. I'm not sure how the adjustment actually happens here. The reason what I am not understanding is that the way how he doesn't miss his lane, the way the lane control, the wave, the flow, all these small details are what makes them the best team in India. But as already mentioned here, only Familia would get a good shot against them. Let's see how it prolongs, as this is the best of 1 series. Flicker being forced out to Rudius, Ryder electrifying beats being forced out as well. It is a change of spell, but oh!
Okay, we can see the real world manipulation right away, along with the phantom execution trying to go in, but it has got a culture on the back line with the AOG trying to secure that kill on Rudius, which he is actually successful at doing. But Ryder with the electrifying beats will find Yves, while Kagura finds Lancelot in the middle of it. A very easy turtle once more, should I say, for Team Only Familia right here. Andy trying to look for that kill onto Sato, but he is a little too aggressive there in the early game, and there comes the Astro Moon, but it won't be off in use right now, because Joy, he just manages to escape, and Team LCF with a little bit of that early disadvantage right away.
Match number 1, we have Team Reject going up against Team IGN, and this is the same scenario that happened. The underdogs are beating the top tier teams. Come on guys, if it is a best of 3 match number 1, the result won't be the result is still unknown, isn't it? And in this match number 2 particularly, there's a high chance right now only Familia with a great start can literally control the game now. It depends greatly on the upcoming second turtle, but NT,
oh, look at that, the falling star moon dealing so much damage onto Sato right away. Like, that shield is so very useful for anti-Ryder, and the fact that 3 heroes from the side of Only Familia will provide a shield to Anti, and they have 4 magic damage dealers, so that has to say a lot about how superior LCF's draft is. But look at Ryder trying to go in with electrifying beats, and the AOG right on point will find Asuna and Serarmon in the middle of it with the Zaman Force coming in from the Harith, and there goes the CC with the curtain call on to Rudius. Arlong gonna be taken down low, and he is going to be falling. Team Only Familia turret diving at the carry so very deep, and Rai will manage to fall prey to the turret damage, but Sato on the back line with her umbrella will just find the kill onto carry so very easily.
Oh my gosh, Only Familia, what are you doing? Is this possible? They are up against the best team in India. When we are talking about LCF, some team tremble. They know that they are going to face LCF. They find excuse. They would even make up unnecessary excuse such as to avoid team LCF. But right now, Only Familia are up to the challenge here. They can do many things, but the turtle would go straight into the side of LCF. AOG does pops in straight to the Natalia. This might be another engagement coming up.
Yep, there comes Garukaja with the taunt, and the falling Star Moon really trying to deal some damage onto Andy here, but he will sprint and run away of that situation. The buff is a bit of a danger, and Kagura will be the one securing it with her umbrella. A good seal coming in. Lance without a blue buff is actually pretty hard to use. But on towards the top side, our Dada with a strong little sneaky turret getting in his favor. So that should help him recover a lot of gold, at least around 300 gold for his team, which is a good thing for a carry, because the faster you get your items, the better it is for your team to try and make a comeback. LCF making a comeback against an underdog team. Now that's something new and refreshing, isn't it, Malcolm?
Really refreshing, I should say. And LCF, how are you going to recover? Are you going to give us a big upset? I don't think so. So, to be honest, yes, LCF are giving a little bit of an upset in the other previous tournament that they had. We were having high hopes on them, but they are still good. They are up against one of the best team only, and that shows that the development happening in the Mobile Legends particularly is a lot here. But bot lane here, the final slash does land in real world
and the real world manipulation too, right on point to lock down the CC and take her down. Like the entirety of Team LCF just marking down the CC and trying to take her down and focus just on the turrets. If we take a look at the map, Team Only Familiar here does have the kill advantage, but the turret advantage is still 2 turrets in favor of Team LCF.
Talking about securing the objective, I remember that LCF, not just in this tournament, particularly many tournaments, even the season 1 of MEA x FEAI tournament here, they all, okay, Dada, what was that? He was trying to parse down the red buff, isn't it? Literally outplaying himself, I should say that one, yes. Oh yeah, sorry for that part here. LCF, they are the kind of team that doesn't care much about the kills rather than focusing on the objective here. And talking about objectives, Serarmon just secures the turtle.
Yup, and there goes the AOG onto the back line, and Serarmon will find Harith in the middle of everybody in that situation. The real world manipulation will lock down Rai and Kyle, and there goes the Phantom Execution once more, and Rudius will take down Kyle, just finishing off that kill for the Lancelot. Dada trying to go in with his ultimate, a little too aggressive there, Dada, for now, but okay, it's a carry, and he does manage to come right back as Team LCF is going to be chunking down that mid lane tower. 3 important turrets taken down and the goal lead secured back in their favor. That is actually very good for the side of... Oh, and the final slash is actually missed out along with the falling Star Moon. So definitely here, good escape coming in by Team Only Familia, but the lead that they had is now it's all gone.
I mean, that moment, man, we have to highlight that final slash particularly though. That was personal. I mean, I'm going to tell Rudius what actually happens. Curtain call.
Oh, we can see the engage. The garden call comes in onto 2 people, and the flicker will not be able to save Dada's life this time. And look at that, the Kagura even with her ultimate trying to mark down beyond towards the backline, and even Andy is going to be taken down very low, and Ryder goes in for the double kill, and now they are chasing Andy for the triple, and Ryder will be finding that kill right away onto Andy. 4 members taken down just like that with 1 engage of a curtain call mixed with the AOG. That's how broken this comp is, and now Team Only Familia are going to be charging down the mid lane, trying to take down as many turrets and as many buffs and farm they can, but Rudius is already back online. So obviously they will just be finding one turret and recovering some of that gold which they had lost earlier, and then also taking down the bottom turret, of course. But Team LCF is here, and they are actually looking for a fight. And look at that, the fight is already on. The final slash will land onto Kyle, and he is trying to sustain, but he can't. On towards the back line though. They have to escape. They're looking for the escape. They're one man down. The Lord is up. Garut Khaja gonna be falling down, but that, look at the falling star moon coming in by Anti right away, and the real world manipulation, and Lancelot, the Indian cutter, is here. Serar Moon will find a kill on the parrot. Okay, Rudius once more, a very nice final slash coming in from him. Malsong.
Wow. I mean, no Natalia, we are harming this game, guys. No Natalia, all Natalia are doing a great job here. Oh my gosh. I mean, Serarmo, the way he is playing, I mean, that most of us would know that it is a for sure kill, but the reason that surprised Serarmo me a lot particularly is that I do not see his Lancelot particularly that much, and the way he dashed around, that was just so smooth. And talking back to the very olden days where Lancelot was rewarded this much, the very beginning of Lancelot. Oh wait.
Oh, look at Ryder with the electrifying beats, just finding Rudius so easily. But Honey X Nika will be able to find Anti, who tries to engage with the falling star moon. The burst is just a little too much for Anti to handle here, despite having so much of that shield.
And yeah, top lane here, Ryder teasing around Dada, but you have to make sure that if you are teasing Dada, you are teasing the tallest man in the community here. I've seen him myself, particularly 7 feet tall. I think he's 7, actually he's around 6 feet, but for me he looks like 7 feet. Okay, not that I'm short, I'm actually tall, it is just that he's just so tall. And yeah, and talking back to Seramon particularly, the way he was dashing at the bot lane, it was like he was dashing, he doesn't use his dash straightly, he was doing the zigzag, which we used to do back in the days 2018 2019. Those moments Serar just show himself here. I think Serar might hide his potential after all here as Ryder dives in.
Okay, there goes electrified, but a 3-man final slash along with the real world manipulation onto the backline. The AOG will be hitting, but it's of no use. 3 members down from the side of only Familia with just a simple little engage. But then again, LCM looking straight for the base. The damage is too much for the Phantom execution, and there goes a triple for Sarah right away, and the Maniac onto Sato as Team LCF will chunk down the base in their favor, securing their win in this stage.
Victory!
Of course, only Familia are up to the challenge against the best team in the LCF. They are giving them an excellent match. It is 14-13. When it comes to the kills, it is only Familia who are superior. But in the end, what is most important? Securing the objective, and especially chunking down, or shall we even say finishing off each other crystal base, and that is the target of LCF, and they execute it perfectly. Although we have seen multiple Natalia being harmed in the game here, but no casual damage is happening, I should say here. And Rudius, even though it's a silver, the last final slash is the last final slash we have seen the entire game, and also that slash is the game that decide who wins tonight. Match number 2. What a game, what a match coming from both sides. There is nothing much to analyze or to give feedback about this game. It is all about who stays superior in the team fight, and yes, the way they secure the objective. We know that you guys are interesting for the upcoming match. We will no longer stay here, so we'll be going straight into match number 3. And do know that, guys, match number 3 is going to start right away. We are not going to do any other extra stuff, making sure that the players come on time, they are comfortable on their own place, their internet connection, maybe even getting their water is in it. And in India, in the northeast region, what is important, making sure that they get their shikar ready. And yes, with that being said, that is all for match number 2. Match number 1, match number 2, giving us an ace gameplay. Let's see how match number 3 and match number 4 proceed. And Sarah, is there anything you would like to share before we go for those short break?
Yes, just a message to the underdog teams that if you are leading in farm and kills, look for the objectives a little more and don't give away kills to the goal laners. You have a strong chance in this tournament and keep up the lead which you get. So obviously, top dogs like IGN and LCF, they don't get a chance to come back. But yep, that's all.
Yeah. Hello everyone, we are back into the MEX FEI Grand Fest Season 1 in the Mobile Legends 5v5 category, and as already mentioned, this is not just a single game tournament, this is an esport festival where multiple games are being played. We have the Mobile Legends 5v5 as we are playing tonight itself. On the other hand, we are going to have games such as the BGMI, which is the most popular game in India, and also when we are talking about game, all the OG players might know Dota 2 is also going to be included. And yes, we are going to expand ourselves a little bit wider, and we used to relax and we used to compete each other, especially on the Sunday evening. FIFA, also known as FC by now, the both mobile and PC game is also going to be played in this LAN event particularly. And last but not the least, where all games started, where all these kind of mind games begin, chess for both online and board game is going to be held here in this in this MEX FEI Grand Fest as well. Lots of things are to be said here, but for this tournament particularly, the Mobile Legends 5v5, lots of you guys are asking, and here is your answer. The prize pool for this tournament is 2 lakhs for both diamonds and cash combined. It is 1 lakh plus 1 lakh for the team, and also there are going to be a total of 8 teams that qualifies for the LAN. Not just 6, not just 4, not just 2, not just a few. We are going to have a total of 8 teams. That is big, isn't it? And also not forgetting, we are going to have a total of 1 for now a caster who is coming all the way from Mizoram, outside Mizoram. So let's see who would be our caster. And yeah, talking about our caster tonight, I'm not going to be alone. The other night and many nights we have seen tons of guys talking about the game. It is really interesting, we know, but to hype things up, we got one of the best hype caster that we have in India, and it is not a guy, but it's a girl who is going to prove once again that girls can rule as well. Girls, it is not always about taking the command, they can even lead, and tonight she's going to be the main caster and also the hype caster. I present to you Miss Sarah.
Thank you, Malsom. And once more for that beautiful introduction. It really means a lot. And talking about girls, judging from the IGNs, do you think that Team Altair might have female players right today?
Yep, I mean, just look at their IGN. There is Sai, which sounds a little bit like a girl name in Mizawa. It's me, Liz. And there's a heart. And what's up, Suki? Ladies say, lots to say. And here comes the Esmeralda right away. So maybe, but you know, like in other squad also I've seen with a girl name, but it is being played by a boy. Maybe our boys, we need to do double checking, because why are you using a girl's name in your IGN? Are you doing some kind of digging work? Or I do not want to extend anymore, but I do know there are things happening around the community, but I do not want to see to our great tournament players such things like that. And before we ask Miss Sarah to break down about the draft here, let's just look at the banning section, isn't it, guys? Look at the banning section coming from the side of the blue. That is Altair. They were the Tung Tung Sahur team, but they decided to go for a more professional team name because they showed themselves, they proved themselves that they are really good. And also the red team, they changed their team name, but that was back into the knockout stage, so I have short memory. I'm sorry for that one. They are the Polaris Esport, by the way. And yeah, lots of respect for Aladdin particularly. He's one of the best roamer we have in Mizoram particularly. He's Kufra, yes. When it comes to Aladdin, it is always Kufra being respect banned out, followed up by the Grok. And for VS, this is quite obvious to be banned out because he's just so annoying. And from the side of Polaris Esport, I am shocked to see that both Yi Senshin and Lancelot being banned out already here. They could at least trade it out, or maybe make some kind of setup in which neither of the team pick it, or they can get the same hero, or maybe pick the kind of hero that can make that particular hero completely useless. So I'm not sure, but maybe they got a better lineup in their head, as the Baksha is being their first pick, and not forgetting CC, which will help them a lot in this kind of bulky hero lineup they are going to have.
Exactly so. And honestly, Malsom, judging from the picks, even, I would like to agree
See
with the
value
fact
in
that they
me?
are a female team, and that is
You
actually
should.
very special for such a female team to actually come up to this level, make it to the top 32 out of 256 teams. That is something
Let's go.
remarkable. But yes, like you
Your team
mentioned,
is banning.
talking about the draft, Esmeralda, Eve, and Matilda being picked up by Team Altair, that is actually a pretty good combo because Eve is a very immobile mage, and the Matilda would definitely give her a lot of that mobility. But then again, Team Polaris just picks up the box here right away, so that kind of nullifies the heals and the shields going to be coming in during the team fights. So we'll have to see how Team Altair decides to play around those anti-heals which will be coming in so easily. And then comes the Jukshin and the Garut Kacha. Definitely a good combo, and Jukshin is probably the best mid laner as of right now alongside the Eve. So good drafts by both the teams so far. As for the bans, we can see the Fredrin and the Moskov getting banned out by Polaris. Smart decision, even though they could have left out the Fredrin since they have so much of CC and anti-heal. It's fine, since they have a Matilda, it's good decision to ban out on a tanky jungle. On the side of Altair, they have banned out on the Irithel, and now they decide to ban out the Florian. Good reading right there, thinking of that maybe the Gadot Kacha might go into the EXP, they could still pick up on the Florian, but instead they give out the 1-1. So that would affect things a bit, but oh, it's going to be a Kai jungle coming in by Team Altair along with the Beatrix to counter that 1-1.
And also the way they lock it so quick, they are just so confident. Maybe they are giving this 1-1 purposefully. And also Beatrix, as already mentioned here, she has a really good sniping. I mean the hero herself, one of her weapon it is. If 1-1 is far away, if they want to check the bush, Beatrix can do it. Even the if is there, but let's focus on Beatrix particularly. If 1-1 think of diving in a little bit with her great mobility, then Beatrix is there to burst it down again. Maybe that is the kind of setup that they were waiting for, forcing their opponent, their foe, their enemy. No, they are not their enemy, they are just opponent. So that a 1-1 is being picked out, and then Akai can literally CC it non-stop. I think this is good reading, as you said. Even the Florine ban out is such a great thing. But for 4, 5, 6, we are seeing the Lapu Lapu for the last pick, which I believe can literally change the entire scenario of the game. Why Lapu Lapu can change the entire scenario? Last night, most of you guys might not even seen. Last night it was Lapu Lapu who decides the game. How did he decide? In the very beginning of the game, what he did is he make sure that he reached the level 4 as early as possible, zoning out their jungler. And even if it is an Akai with the bravest warrior form, he can literally burst them down, and if he can burst, he have enough sustain and also the CC capability to slow them down. Lots of changes can this Lapu Lapu alone can make. And at the same time, for the side of Team Altair, they are going to have Esmeralda, which is going to be a big problem for Jujin particularly. And without Jujin, the CC, the knockups, and all the things that they are going to set up wouldn't work so well. So that's particularly how we can sum up the draft for this match number 3. We give both the team the best of the very best luck we could give, and at the same time, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the land of dawn as we are watching Altair at the blue side and Polaris at the red side. Going in this match number 3, they are both the underdog teams. In match number 1, match number 2, we have seen the underdog teams what they are capable of. So this underdog team, let's see how they are going to perform, because tomorrow or maybe the day after tomorrow is going to be really lit. And Sarah?
Okay, we can see the early. Look at that. That's what I was talking about in the previous game. That Ajukshin should definitely zone out the mid lane so much. Look at that poke coming in, and even Eve is getting denied of her minions, which means that she won't hit level 4 at the turtle, and that is actually a huge win for Polaris Esports right there. So obviously Team Polaris knows what they're doing, and they are going in for that aggressive approach, and there isn't much which Team Alter can really do here. The entire damage dealing part is going to be coming from the Beatrix and maybe the Eve on towards the late game, but until then, they just have to wait and hold it out.
So what I'm waiting for right now is how Lady Say will survive right now. Sprint if used early might be a pick of a trouble here. Oh, they're going to knock it up.
Okay, they actually get the knock up though, and even her sprint is gonna end soon, but she does manage to make it out safely. So that's something good in their favor. But the Baxia did manage to secure his level 4 and is now trying to go in for an engage on towards the top side to back up his goal laner, because right now there comes a little bit of an engage from the side of Altair. They try to look for Deoxys on the top lane, but they are just going to be backing off. Mid camp though coming by Polaris right here, but no issues because both of them are tanky jungles and no one really has that kind of a burst yet, right?
And talking about the burst here, the mid lane particularly, they do not have any burst as well, Eugene, and this is all about their continuous damage here. And talking about the damage,
oh, bottom lane, there goes Lapu with the bravest fighter. Will get the stun onto Esmeralda and an easy first blood for them right away. While on the top lane though, Beatrix will find 1-1 in the middle of nowhere, an off-camp kill, which is very good. Good comeback by Altair, but the turtle is gonna be risked because Sai, he does have the heavy spin and he should look to use it just to secure the turtle, but there comes AOG, gonna get wasted, and Sai goes in with the heavy spin, will secure the retribution, gets the silence onto the box here right on time. 11 gonna be taken down very low, but 456 will find Sai in the middle of it. The amount of shield onto Esmeralda right now, not very much, but then again it was just enough to help her survive. And good turtle secure by Altair right here, because this is just beautiful to watch.
let's not forget Aladdin. That was a great thing that he was doing. In case we do not know, we have not recognized it. He was waiting for the Akai to extend little bit, and once Akai get the chance to dash with his skill 1, he used the AOG right away. But the small mistake coming from Yurski particularly was that he was not investing that much in the turtle. What if he hit it more while the AOG is zoning off a little bit? He could freely secure the turtle, isn't it? And also his allies might back it up, but Polaris somehow make the mistake, and that's how Altair secures that first turtle. And talking about turtle, I mean keeping aside the turtle for now, the kills is quite even. It is true, lots of things are going to happen, and this game I hope it reach at least 20 because it is going to be really interesting.
Okay, we see the engage coming in by okay, the Baxia onto that Eve, and Eve will finally get taken down because of the AOG, but Beatrix will find the kill onto the Baxia just because of that heavy spin coming in clutch, and even Aladdin will be taken down right away, and the entire engage is getting pushed to the red buff area of Polaris Esports, while Lapu is trying to fight two people with his bravest fighter getting used up. So very spread out and split up fight coming in by both the teams, but definitely Team Altair got one extra in that team fight, getting their Beatrix the farm she needs to actually carry them to victory.
I'm not sure if you see it clearly, but just check out this bot explainer. The way they rotate, the way they make adjustment, their positioning. Bot EXP are doing a pretty good job according to me here. I mean, they are just so precise, the timing, everything. These small details is what makes the team fight really interesting, right? And also here, Circling Eagle goes around.
Okay, we can see Lapu trying to go in once more and trying to zone people out. There comes the heavy spin on point. 1-1 gets taken down right away, and Beatrix with the damage. And there goes the bravest fighter once more, and the God of Cutter using the AOG to run away. But Lady Sai will finish off with the double kill for her team. And now 456 is also in danger. They're trying to look for more though, but I think he'll be able to escape finally back to safety.
That was a 4 hero being kills solidly, I should say Altair. Although I do not know them that much yet, I have heard that they are a mixture of both some of our fellow Mizo people and also from the side of Nagaland. This is really interesting to see because it is a mixture of not just one state, it is a mixture from two states, so is from the side of Polaris, and I really enjoy this kind of move. Okay, Chilzina, I'm not sure what just happened there. He needs to chill down a little bit, even though they are on the winning side. If they doesn't chill, lots of
The falling Star Moon catches 4, and the heavy spin will try to lock down the Lapu Lapu, and Liz will manage to escape safely for now on that Beatrix. Definitely a good engage coming in right there, but then no casualties so far, no burst damage coming in by either team. The turtle will be up in another 75 seconds if they decide to take it, or maybe they might wait for the Lord even, and even just the Beatrix just clearing out the lanes against the Lapu Lapu. They have swapped it. Oh, she needs to be careful. The Baxia. Okay, she manages to dodge it, but the stun locks in perfectly. She needs to escape, but she will finally be taken down by the mixture of the Lapu Lapu and the Baxia. And even on the top lane, they do manage to find one tower, and Esmeralda has to run around trying to look for more and more, but Junction with the flicker and the ultimate will manage to get the knock up, and the heavy spin gets baited out right away. And there goes the Baxia. It's not over though. The AOG, and there comes the crossbow of Tang activated and used up. What's up, Suki? Gonna be taken down as well by Wanwan using up her ultimate right on time. And now this is Team Polaris Esports making their comeback.
To all the viewers out there, in case you don't know, they are the underdog teams of India. Not even the top tier teams yet, guys. Imagine how many good teams we have in this tournament, particularly, and all the hidden teams that doesn't play yet and also that doesn't participate in this tournament. Just imagine how much of potential we have in India. I hope this keeps on going, and oh my gosh, seriously, if we do not say that they are the underdog team, many people will be get full thinking that they are the top tier teams, but Sai still in the way.
What kind of retribution power is that coming in from Sai? So obviously we can see that Team Altair here does have the potential to win this out. They did lose out a few kills just now against Team Polaris, but they are definitely trying to hold it together. They need to protect the Beatrix as much as possible, but Sai here, they're in a little bit of danger going in alone, but then again, it is just going to be done properly by the side of Team Altair as they are looking for those pickoffs.
Pickoff might be great, but they need to make sure that Matilda is fly away, as she can literally carries them out with the guiding wind. You're scared. Okay, going for the ambush plays.
Okay, there comes the heavy spin. Will lock the Katakata under the turret, but 456 will find Beatrix right away in that team fight. And Team Polaris doing a 1-for-1 trade in that team fight is actually pretty good for them because they found the gold laner in exchange for the roamer. And even their position right now, very immaculate. They're just looking for those objectives, zoning Team Altair out from defending their turrets. And the Juxian is the one doing so much with her lantern flare, and it is dealing so much poke damage right now.
Yeah, I mean, I feel pity for Aladdin out of all those possible heroes. Maybe at least target the jungler, isn't it, rather than the roam. I mean, that was personal, the way they just place him inside the inhibitor at the top lane there. Aladdin, like he was so lost. How did I get here? It's like he just woke up and then they place him in the middle of nowhere. Justice for Aladdin, particularly here. And they are always up for the...
Okay, ooh, a two-man heavy spin comes in, and there goes the AOG to displace them a bit, but on towards the back line, we can see the Lapu Lapu going in with the bravest pirate, and Aladdin will be finding Suki in the middle of that team fight. One casualty, and the Lord is going to be up. So I think that Polaris Esports definitely has this Lord in their favor. The Akai, such a beautiful engage coming in from him, but there just wasn't enough backup coming in from the side of their team that they could have done much in order to burst them down, because that's like 3 tanks in the enemy's lineup, and there isn't enough burst coming in right now. And if you look at the mid lane, Esmeralda seems to be AFK, if I'm not wrong.
Yep. And by the way, I should say that Polaris Esport, yeah, that is a great coordination coming from their side. But from the side of Altiers, one question that is really popping up and that keeps on repeating in my head again is, if you got an Akai, his CC, the heavy spin, if it hits land, if it lands perfectly so well in the wall, the stun duration is so long, and if you connect it with another CC, it can extend up to 5 or more seconds. And if there's an Akai, even if the allies are far away, I mean, there's always ways in which you can follow up on the exact time. Altiers, I have no idea what they were doing. Sai, he does it so well. See, another heavy spin comes.
Another one right there, and there is finally the follow-up which they need. As Beatrix's damage just hit so well. Ow, okay, but a Lady Say would be actually be taken down. So it's like EXP for EXP with the Lord marching down the top lane, and Polaris has the better engage as of right now because they do have the Garut Kacha for the zone out with the AOG. But right now it should be a pretty easy defense for the side of Altair. They did have the Heavenly Holy Blessing on the turrets, and that finally gets bursted out, and all three of their inhibitors are still healthy and alive, and Polaris Esports is just going to be taking down the buffs and the farm, so that Altair has no chance to try and come back in terms of the farm deficit.
Land freeze come from side of Polaris a little bit. I mean, yeah, from the next wave that I believe. The minions are stronger anyway if they want to freeze the lane for now. But if they make a mistake of clearing this lane, yeah, the lane freeze comes up. Like if they just force out the minions out again and again, they would get farm, which would give Altair a big chance to come back. And right now they are even stealing their objective, which literally slow down the Altair resources. And in addition to that one, the Lord is going to spawn within a few seconds. That is around 40 seconds. This is going to give lots of Polaris Esport a better chance in the team fight or the Lord as well. Why? Because when the Lord is about to spawn, they are just going to, you know, clear the top lane or maybe make a slow push here so that they could get the advantage. And heroes like 1-1, if they just flank it one time, can literally end the game even if there are 2-3 heroes blocking her. And for the side of bot lane, yes, Beatrix find ways in which she can clear the lane, but 4-5-6 can farm it greedily for now, but he has to make sure that his allies are in the right position. So what is the thing that Altiers needs to do for now? They need to find someone who is playing solo, like the Lapu Lapu himself. But if they commit themselves to the Lapu Lapu, his sustain is going to be so strong that it would buy him enough time for his allies to follow him up. And if they want to burst down the Lapu Lapu, lots of resources are going to be drained out as well. Anyway, the Lord is coming up. I present to you Sarah.
And once more, there comes the heavy spin on two people, and there comes the Renner's ability, just bursting them down as much as possible. One member already down on the side of Polaris Esports, and Liz will find two, but she gets taken down by Deoxys, jumping onto the backline like a maniac, and he will find one more. All members of Team Polaris here are going to be taken down very low, but they are the ones chasing, and they will find Chilzina in the backlines. Eve too far ahead for her comfort, and 1-1 now finally with all her items, just one slot remaining, will be the one taking down three people in that team fight, finally securing her momentum. And look at that, look at 4-5-6 in the backline, just fighting in a 1v2 with his previous fighter. But there comes the falling star mode, and Delirium will get taken down though, and Altair here tries to look for a possible engage, but there's the crossbow of Tang, and 1-1 will find the mega kill very easily. And Esmeralda alone cannot fight that 1-1, and both the teams will have to back off right away. The Lord is still open and LD though. Polaris needs to try and secure it. They are looking for a possible engage, but things are just looking so very scattered right now. And look at that, look at the box here trying to go for the engage, and he finds a Matilda though, but he is gonna be getting the damage right onto him. Team Polaris needs to back off. Lady Say providing so much vision for her team right here. They do not have Sai, and Deoxys will be securing that Lord as Matilda tries to go into the circling eagle, but will get the taunt onto him. The Revitalize just managed to save her life. The AOG comes in. Yurski will find her though. and will take down the Metal, the Falling Star Moon once more, trying to deal some damage, and the Beatrix gets the damage output onto Aladdin. He will get taken down, but the Jukshin will find Liz on the backline with the Lantern's flare, and Team Polaris, now with the Lord in their hands, will recall and come back with that straight Lord marching down the bottom lane.
17-15, both teams proving themselves that even if they are the underdog, that's the title that they have right now. To be an underdog team, it is not that easy. To be called as an underdog team, you need to know that you have to bypass a newbie team, a starting team, a junior team, and lots of things are to be bypassed. So let's see how the teams are going to clash out. The Lord is going straight into the bot lane, inhibitor even being secure. Everyone ready. Aladdin a little bit far away, but the OG, let's hope, isn't so late. But would it be an initiation coming from the side of Polaris? Not yet, as the Lord is literally being drained out. Sai wants to extend a little bit, but it's more of the plays, turn by turn, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, we can see the taunt coming in once more, but the heavy spin will manage to get 2 people inside the base though, but they do manage to escape now. And now Matilda is going to be left alone in the middle of them, and look at Lady Say as well, trying to look for her engage, but the crossbow, and it unlocks into the base, but the heals will be just enough to save their life, and now 1-1 is going to be a little bit in danger and has to back off. And again, there comes the bravest fighter, but he will get taken down inside the base, and with that basic attack tracking him right into the base. So that's not so good for the side of Polaris here, but the pressure they have created and taken down all 3 inhibitors, that is something huge as of now.
Securing all the inhibitor, even though they lost 2 members of their team, that is worth it. Why? Heroes, they can resurrect again. Even if the resurrecting time may be up to 90 seconds, at least the turret doesn't respawn, isn't it? So we have 3 people online for the side of Team Polaris Esport, which can actually doing the defense job pretty well. And for the side of Altair, they got enough item, they got enough gold to even compete for the upcoming team fight. Even if there's a little bit of a split push coming from the side of Polaris, maybe they can still find ways, because Esmeralda, her movement speed is quite a lot, and if Suki is in the right position, she can literally guide someone in and out for the fight, or maybe even to set up a perfect team fight. Lots of possibilities are even open for the side of Altair, but they do need to keep an eye on what is happening in each lane. That is, the minions are getting the upper hand because their inhibitor is already being slain off, isn't it? Even the extra map is going to help them a lot. And for the side of Polaris Esport, the advantage that they have right now, are they going to maximize it or even throw up the game so that this might even become a big upset? I don't know, anything can happen, lots of things can happen. The only thing that we can expect right now is to see a great team fight, another hype moment from Sarah as heavy spin breaks out.
And there goes the crossbow time unlocked though, but Team Polaris will be trying to look for an engage. The AOG misses by just a slight inch, and Liz is trying to position herself so far back behind, but she gets chunked out and knocked up and will get taken down by Delirium right away. Team Polaris finds 2 from the side of Alter, and now they're going to be marking down the base. Real manipulation getting used out, trying to secure the minions, but nope, it is Polaris Esports who take down the base.
Literally being outnumbered, and right now Polaris Esport, after an intense match, securing the W for this match number 3. I have nothing to say for tonight's match. The only thing I have to say is that, wow, thank you so much, dear players, for making this show worth a watch. Because why? In this kind of stage, there are still some teams that used to give us a disappointing match, but no, even the underdogs, even if they are up against those upper tier team, they are showing their worthy, they are showing their class, they prove themselves that they even get the chance to beat the top tier teams. So tonight in this match number 3 particularly, we are seeing both underdog teams. I was expecting to see 20 minutes, but 19:07 is quite close enough, I should say. And in case we do not know at the very end of the game, ladies say, I am not sure if we can lag in the what happens, internet connection or anything. They could call for the pause, or I'm not sure what is happening. But with that being said, Polaris Esport advanced to the 2-0 upper bracket, and for the side of Altair, they are moving down to the 1-1 pool. And yes, would this be a way they can come back to this tournament? Let's see how it carries on. As match number 4, we have one more interesting match, that is Team Zauhan versus Team End of Discussion, the pride of Mizoram, up against End of Discussion, which is again another Mizo team. Would this be a moment that we have been waiting for the entire time? The thing is that in Mizoram, Zauhan have been dominating for years, maybe so long that we even forget that there's a good team in Mizoram. So let's see with End of Discussion and the supremacy of Zauhan, or Zauhan will remain supremacy in the MEA x FEAI Grand Fest Season 1. Myself, Malsom, and I have the beautiful angelic voice Sarah beside me. This is going to be another interesting match that you might not want to miss out. So ladies and gentlemen, before match number 4 start, don't forget to get what you need, right? The chips, the refreshment, or anything that you would like, as we are going to be back very soon. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back for the very first, or shall we say the last match, to be honest. The last match for tonight, and it feels like match number one only because all the matches are just way so interesting, and this is like the good night for tonight match. On the blue side, we have end of discussion, and at the red side, we are going to have Team Zauhan. This is the last match, as already mentioned. We know that we wanted to have more matches, but the players are just the players just keep on entertaining us non-stop, and I have nothing I can do on the defense, on their defense for now. But yeah, come on, it's match number 4, and we are at least getting a good show, isn't it? And don't worry, tomorrow and the day after tomorrow till 18, if all things goes well according to the plan, we are going to have only a continuous tournament, so make sure that you guys stay tuned regarding that one. And yes, back to the action. You are watching the Mizo Esport Association X Federation Esport Association of India Mobile Legends 5v5 tournament, and in this tournament particularly, it is a Grand Fest Season 1 as well, in which multiple gaming tournament is organized. If you want to check out and know more regarding this one, don't forget to check out in the Instagram page Mizo Esport Association, and also not forgetting that it is going to be a LAN event in this Mobile Legends 5v5 particularly, and also other game. We are going to have a total of 8 teams who are going to advance. And yes, since it is the last match for tonight, guys, I have something that is really important for each of us to know, is that the MEA and FEAI are organizing this great tournament, and yes, a huge shout out to them. But this tournament can be a success without our great sponsor, that is the CK Hyundai, our internet partner next gen. And yes, when it comes to any big tournament in India, it is always Mobile Legends 5v5, the Vista site, who are funding us, supporting us by even providing this tournament lobby, which makes this tournament really exclusive, and all the shout out we got from them. And in addition to that one, we even get a huge chunky amount of diamonds, which help us increasing the prize pool and also the comfort for the players to know that they are playing one of the biggest level competitive in India. And last but not the least, when it comes to Mobile Legends tournament in Mizoram, we have Don't to Say Esport as always, who are our collaborator for this tournament, particularly when it comes to streaming, managing, casting, or all these things. And yeah, keeping all these things aside for now, we are going to have end of discussion at the blue side, Team Zauhan at the red side. We would like to hear someone, a very special main hype caster we're going to have tonight, Miss Sarah. Welcome aboard.
Thank you so much, Malsom, once more for that introduction. Like, I am really thankful to be here tonight. And obviously, we are here at game number 4. And it is going to be between none other than End of Discussion and Zohan. Zohan, who is one of the top teams from Mizoram. I would like to say, like, the top team as well, and also everyone's favorite. So obviously they have been in the scene for so long, and they are one of the top dog teams. And End of Discussion here, they made it up to the top 32, and they are also looking pretty strong tonight.
Not only that they are strong, I would like to say the way how they qualify to this round 2 is so interesting that I won't say much. Just watch the shorts or the reels that we are going to provide shortly, how they qualify for this round 2, because it is not the kind of match that that helps them just, you know, with a good game. They are showing some miracle move, those epic comeback, those epic plays, and they even beat the kind of team that is, to be honest, I might be one-sided, guys, sorry for that one. The opponent that they were facing were superior than them. But guess what? End of discussion, and the discussion and advance. And yeah, talking back to the draft section, we are going to have Yesenshin and Lancelot and a Fragin. Lots of respect coming from End of Discussion side. And yes, in case you do not know, Dusty Mizo is well known for his great EXP plays, but right now he's in the jungle area, of course. If it is Dusty, who proudly even used Mizo as his last name, even though there are tons of memes out there, he is here to shine for the Mizo people particularly. his hero are the kind of hero that you should respect ban out, isn't it? All three of his jungle hero being respect out. And for the side of Zauhan, it is Kalia, which is the kind of lineup, which is the hero that Zauhan fear the most, because any pick off is being played, their best threat can be literally Khatam. That is why this Kalia is for sure being banned out, and I'm not sure why the 1-1 is being banned out this early. Maybe this Grok would like to play a really aggressive gameplay in which 1-1 could counter, isn't it? And the Alucard, you know what the Alucard can do, isn't it? Alucard is the kind of hero that is quite surprising, and after all these anti-life steal skills and item being nerfed, Alucard is the kind of hero you shouldn't mess with. So Zauhan, there were times when they used to ban Badang, not in this kind of scenario, back in the 2020 and so on. They used to ban the Badang. And keeping all those yipping aside here, Sarah, what do you think about the first 3 picks so far?
Honestly, from the side of end of discussion, those are like 3 very strong picks. Like even in the previous matches, we did see the Kagura pick come in, and it was actually pretty useful. And even in international tournaments, we have seen players like Super Friends perform so well onto that Kagura just today itself. So obviously, end of discussion here, it does have a very good draft right now. And if they actually want to win out on towards the EXP lane, I do feel they should ban out the CC, because Team Zohunter, they can definitely pick up the CC, and that would actually counter both the Lapu and the Garot Kacha all together. So that would be something troublesome. And for now, we can see on the side of Zohan though, the Grok coming in very good onto the room. Selena in the mid lane, a bit experimental for Faden, but then again, he is an amazing player and he should be able to play it properly. For the bans, Hayabusa getting banned out on the side of Zohan, and the end of discussion just completely focusing their entire ban onto Dustymism. Who knows, maybe the next ban could be, you know, the Baxia just getting banned out just to deny him from picking that in the jungle.
Okay, it's a Moskov being banned out, and yeah, the reason Zohan are banning out the Hayabusa has a really long story. Even in their interview, they even say that if they do not ban out the Hayabusa, Faden might start screaming from... Once a Hayabusa reached level 4, Faden would, you know, like start sticking with the ROM non-stop. He wouldn't clear his lane solo. Like he has some kind of a trauma with the Hayabusa. And then Prime particularly, he would be confident. He would be like, even if a Hayabusa come, I would outplay him, but always get picked off by the Hayabusa. They have a great history with the Hayabusa. They get trauma. This is the reason they would like to ban out multiple times, isn't it? And for the side of end of discussion, it is Glue that is going to decide their last ban, and the Moskov ban, which I'm quite skeptical about it, but let's see how it is being turning around in the banning, or I mean in the picking section. And lastly, we're going to have Win for the last second pick from side of Zauhan, and as you said, a CC is being shown here, which is going to help them tangle up all those hero, especially if Lapu and Gato are trying to drop around in backline. It can be tangled around with those curtain call, but I guess not, as Win decided to play the Esmeralda, which is going to be another tick moment, as she is going to sustain all of this upcoming damage from both Lapu and Gato. Why? Because Gato is giving out a small shield and also the Lapu, and that is going to help Esmeralda a lot. And for the side of the mage, shall I say, end of discussion, even Ikagura is giving out a shield. Those small shield, if they stack up together and enemy have an Esmeralda with an Oracle, it is going to be like a walking fountain that is going to happen up for Mr. Win. But however, end of discussion, Irithel being picked out, which is the counter of Granger. And for the last pick, it would be the newly released skin Meow Julian. So does Team Mizo, can we expect a FEAI?
We never know what Dusty is going to be picking up, right? Like, he could go in with the Baxia, and honestly, judging from the options left here, on the FEAI would be a good choice if he decides to play it. Then again, there is the Ling if he wants to pick it up, but that's all there is. Like, the options are there, but it really depends upon how good Dusty is on that specific hero. And like I called it just a while back, it is going to be the Baxia for him. So a very sustainable comp for the side of Team Zohunt. While on the side of End of Discussion, it's a very standard and comfort comp getting picked up by them. The Kagura in the mid lane does counter the Selena a bit, and even the Irithel is a lane winning hero against the Grangers. Obviously, both teams looking quite strong here, and they will be giving it their very best onto the Land of Dawn, which we will be stepping in very soon.
So for the last pick, to be honest, I was not expecting a Baxia. Actually, Dusty Mizou, he's a really good player when it comes to playing the Link, to be honest, but when he play Links, there's always an Angela. Maybe film problem declined the offer of playing the Angela. Maybe that is why, but Dusty Mizou, he can play the Link. I've seen his Link multiple times and even face off against his Link, which is so good. Maybe he decided to hide his hero pool, which we shouldn't say, but I'm not sure. But let's see how the game prolong, as we are going to dive in the Land of Dawn very soon, guys. This is End of Discussion and Team Zohunt for the very last match, and we can't say Zohunt only because it is Zohunt x MEA, which we used to call them, as they got those contract with them. So with that being said, Sarah, would you give us a really good warm welcome for all the audience, and yes, for the players, a good luck.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Land of Dawn, the very last match of the day between the underdogs team, End of Discussion, and the top dogs, Zohunt x MEA, like Malsom mentioned. And we are here to witness what these two teams would do. And along with that, we wish both these teams the very, very best of luck to securing a point in the Swiss stage. And already, Malsom, we can see a little bit of that early domination and engage coming in from the side of Zohan, just zoning the Julian and the God of Kaja as they try to steal away the creeps and deny the Julian from getting his level 4 soon.
Oh, by the way, just in case some of us do not see those small details, that is why Malsom is here just for you guys. Julian is still saving his retribution for the time being, which helps him secure the blue freely. And what if he used the retribution so early he could even mess up in the blue buff? They know that one clearly, and Dusty Mizou even steals away the small camp, but Faden dives in, get locked up. Would this be a first blood and family problem? If you dive in that deep, there's no escape for you, just stay there. Maybe that is the kind of thing that happens there. Okay, Zohunt, they just lost one of their members. This is something that I do not expect for the very beginning. In match number 1 and match number 2, the underdogs are literally controlling the early to the mid stage of the game. Can we expect a gain from End of Discussion? Let's see it out.
Yep, we see the engage coming in by the Baxia, and this time around it is going to be Faden who secures that stun and kill onto Kai right away, just taking revenge, right? Like, you killed me, I will also kill you, and that's something really funny and nice to say. And Faden here is just zooming away the Julian as far as possible, so his team can easily secure the turtle. There comes the wild charge from the Grok, and the Julian is still pretty low. Kagura with the umbrella will try to take them down, but it is Win who gets the kill onto the Julian, and now the bravest fighter gets used up by For Your Eyes only. And look at that shield, that juicy little shield for the Esmeralda, as she goes deep into the inhibitor and secures a kill onto that Kagura, while Zohan just decides to go in for those little invades and distractions.
Okay, Dusty Mizou all by himself. Now here comes the serious backup. Then problem zone it out. Did they secure it? Yes, Win secured it.
And the EOG as well lands perfectly, but it won't be of much use because Dusty is too tanky and he finds one kill. And they are still looking for more. Faden can still go in for the dash, and he actually decides to go in under the second in tower, and he's very low though, and Irithel will be securing that kill, while the rest of Team Zohunt managed to secure a kill onto the Lapu Lapu. They do need to be careful though not to let that Irithel farm up, because if she does, it is going to be really hard to catch her off guard.
5-4 already. end of discussion are doing a great job, I should say, particularly even though they are not doing, I mean, the maximum they could do with their heroes, yet they are doing a really good rotation. The rotation is quite accurate, and even the Uritel was going for a great rotation, isn't it? Finding those pickoffs, securing a kill, and it's 4-5. And when it comes to the gold, let's check it out. She accumulated a total of 2,200, while Prime on the other hand secures 2,700, which I was not expecting, but okay, that's all I could say, as the turtle is going to spawn real soon. Lots of adjustment can be made from both parties. But look at Julian, he is not doing so well. Win is just so aggressive. Justin so following him up, backing him up, and right now, Julian, is there any way for him to survive? The sidestep still lands accurately, while charge. Oh! Did you see that immune?
Yep, that was a beautiful immune right there. Even the Kagura tried to look for an engage, but Grok and Esmeralda will manage to safely escape while Dusty just tries to secure the turtle. That was a beautiful immune coming in by Julian right there, but then again, those were a lot of resources getting used up. And look at Win. He's literally just dancing around the red buff and blue buff area of team end of discussion here and poking them so much that they are almost always half HP before the team fight even begins.
Of course, he never cleared his lane at the first tier turret, or like the normal lane where the minions meet up. He always cleared the lane in second, or like the mid between those turrets here. And see, even in here, he is just aware. He is just so annoying. It looks like he even roams more than the roamer himself. It's like he roam first and the roamer following him up. I think that is a great management coming from their side, to be honest. And yes, as already mentioned about the rotation, he is already cutting the lanes. 3 men are there to stop him out. The bravest warrior form is activated, trying to slash it out, but he finds so many ways to escape, and right now he's going to kite them around. And wait, Faden, where did he get the blue buff from?
He took it from the hands of Julian up on the top side, and they are just stealing buffs even at this point. Win zoning, Grok stunning, Faden stealing and stunning. It's too chaotic all over. Literally, look at Win just jumping around and spamming his ultimate every now and then. And even Faden landing the abyssal arrows, but it didn't really hit, so it's alright for now because... Oh, it did hit once or twice though, so that's really something. And now we can see Lapu Lapu in a bit of danger, uses the greatest fighter defensively, which is actually pretty disadvantageous for the side of end of discussion, because at this moment, there comes the wild charge. It will get 2, but the AOG also gets 2 though, and there comes the damage output from a lot of them. Julian trying to look for some of the damage. Win and Family Problem are very low and have to back off, but there comes the Falling Star, and once again with a beautiful engage as Prime will be securing the double kill, while Julian will find a kill onto Dusty Mizo instead. So equal trade so far, but 2 down on the side of Zohan and 4 on the hands of Team EOD. So that is a bit unfortunate, since the goal lead is definitely in favor of Team Zohan right now.
Let's see how the game proceeds as the turtle just spawned. This is going to be the third turtle of the game. Prime started maybe rather evolve the turtle into the Lord would help them, because just look at their lineup for the time being here. They are not getting those kind of late game insurance hero. Forex hope, if he managed to get his core item, he can literally split it already, and if he keeps on splitting, Win doesn't get any vengeance. Plate armor might be necessary, but he will get enough counter items which will allow him to play effectively. And even if they are playing outnumbered games, it might be fatal as Faden. Okay.
Yep, and there goes another wild charge though, and Faden will act. Prime managed to secure a triple kill in the middle of nowhere just because of that setup coming in with the wild charge. Like, it's so sudden to predict and so difficult to understand that how and where it is going to hit. That is why the Grok is such a must-ban hero these days. Kai though gonna be taken out very low, and he's trying to escape, but Prime, the man he is, finishes that Kai off along with that dead Sonata. What a beautiful aiming of his ultimate to secure that kill. And look at that, another Falling Star Moon onto the mid lane looking for some damage. Will not find anyone though, because they all just decide to back off.
Well, I have lots of questions to ask here. The turtle does okay. Evolve to Lord and it's been secured by Bakshia. This does team is out freely. And look at if we look at mid lane here, the Holy Guard is being forced out, or shall we say pop out already. With a great push, they can literally end the game, and the kind of plays they are making right now, Zauhan, they might even eventually end the game, but let's see. And if Zauhan managed to end the game really early, they might even set the record for this tournament. Particularly the fastest match is 9:22. Oh no, not yet. 9:22 seconds, but the Lord delays. I guess this might not be the fastest match, but it would be really close here. Prime, the burst damage is just so wide, and that
It is
So
too
meta.
much for Team End of Discussion to handle, and Prime is just bursting them out with 3 tanks in front of him. Just
no, he's the
like,
tank.
you know, he is also the tank here. So that's 4 tanks you are up against, and the Irithel just isn't able to do as much as she would like to. Because, you know, Irithel against 4 tanks, that's disastrous. Another wild charge comes in along with the falling Star Moon. Kagura dealing some decent amount of damage, but
Would it
not
be?
enough.
Would it be?
Oof, oof, oof. Oof. It just could be. It just could be Prime with the Maniac. Does he get the Savage though? Does he get the Savage? He is kind of
Fighting
giving it to him.
around.
So
seeing
trying
possibilities,
really hard. But there comes the engage, and it is a Savage finally getting secured by Prime, one of the earliest Savages in this entire tournament, as Zohan secure their victory into this Swiss stage and take away the crown.
Oh my gosh, that was something that I was not expecting. Prime literally farming in his comfort zone that is at the top lane. He just stays there. He doesn't want to rotate also. X-Hope for him, this Irithel, he would just roam around, go around, even secures a kill, even secures an assist, helping his allies. Maybe in that way we could, you know, get a slight upper hand, and for a moment they were getting those slight upper hand, but it was so short because Win is just so annoying, as he was literally everywhere in the map. Actually, Prime deserves it to get the MVP, but I should personally say Win for that match should be given the MVP. You know why? The reason he deserves, he literally controls the game early to mid stage, and we didn't even reach the late game. And before the late game even reach, Prime was already late. It is just less than 10 minutes. He completed 5 items and even get our most awaited Savage. That is so great. And talking about the Savage here, let me just add a little bit, as I don't think that there are much to analyze for this game. Particularly in the season 1, Prime almost secured a Savage, and just like that, just like in the same spot that just happened just now that we are watching, they stole away his Savage, but not in season 2 anymore. I mean, this Grand Fest particularly is the season 1, but this is the second time MEA are hosting their LAN event 2 times in a single year. Note that one, guys. Note it down. And in that season 2 for the LAN, they learned their lesson and now giving his rightful Savage. And anyway, we won't say anything much for now because Sarah is here with me. We are going to expect Sarah to be with us tomorrow again. We are not going to let her conclude tonight, as I would be the one concluded. I know most of you guys are disappointed to hear me again and again non-stop, but it is going to be Sarah who is going to make it tomorrow. Why we are putting it tomorrow? Because we are expecting you to see tomorrow, and another interesting match is coming right up. And with that being said, that is all for tonight games in the Mobile Legends 5v5 category tournament in this MEX FEI Grand Fest 1, day number 21 in the Sweet Stage Best of 1 series. Last but not the least, this tournament cannot be a success without our great sponsor, CK Hyundai, our internet partner, Next Gen, and the tournament, which is powered by Vista Games itself. And last but not the least, in collaboration with the Don't You Say Esport. And yes, that is all for tonight. Hoping to see each and every one of us at the same time, 7:30 p.m. to support your team, to watch and literally chill as the stream goes on. And with that being said, guys, myself, Malsom, and the hype casting and the great analysis, I should even say, who point out lots of things, is none other than your favorite female caster, Sarah. And if you want to hear more from her, I am not going to allow it anymore for now, because we are expecting you, each and everyone, to see tomorrow. Good night, everyone. Hope to see you tomorrow.